Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're not new, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to take a tour of my journals. 3, 2, 1. This is a follow-up to my video of how I journal. Today, I am just going, honestly, to be talking through each of my journals. As you can tell, I went through, reread some of them. This goes all the way back to 2014, which next year, that's 10 years ago. To think that I have been documenting parts of my life for almost 10 years now is crazy to me. I feel like this video is going to be a lot of me just rambling. So from this video, I hope you get, a better idea of who I am as a human being, and through the select entries that I chose, you'll probably be like, wow, this girl is incredibly anxious, a little sad, but she's making it through. That I am. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna go into my first journal ever. As you can see, I bought the journal and then I was like, I want this to say journal on the front. So I created this little like thingy bobber and put it on there. That's just the kind of person I was. I was so artsy because I am a quarter of a booktuber. Saw this of like books I read in the summer of 2014. Let me say some highlights. This Lullaby by Sarah Dessen. I haven't read it recently, but I remember loving that book. And then The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. That one I read probably like a couple of years ago and I still like it. I read Silver Linings Playbook, Paper Towns, The Summer I Turned Pretty, the whole trilogy. What's funny is because it came out on Amazon last year as a TV show, I read the series again and I was like, I feel like I've read the first one, but I don't think I've read the other one. I proved myself wrong with this. I did read all three. I just didn't remember. On October 3rd, I started my day off with a backward shirt. Bad start. Direct quote. If I got $1 for every time I started my journals off with something like, I don't know why I'm journaling, or I don't really have anything to say, or like, I don't know why I picked this up, I'd have many dollars. Reading through all of these journals, I literally was like, half of these start with, I don't know why I'm journaling today. So as a Taylor Swift fan, on November 20th, 2014, I was trying to get tickets to her 1989 tour. I wrote, and I quote,
"Oh, and Tay Swift ticks tomorrow. Hopefully. If we don't get tickets, I'm going to be so pissed. Also, tickets are so expensive. It's kind of ridiculous."
Girl, little did I know, this year trying to get Taylor Swift tickets became a legitimate battle against companies, a legitimate fight, and tickets are double what I paid for her 1989 tour. I paid so much money for my tickets to the Eras tour. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Taylor, I get it. You're a smart businesswoman, but please, not all of us have that kind of money to drop on tickets. On February 6th, 2015.
So today started off real stressful. Okay, it was 1:18 p.m. when I woke up. It doesn't seem too bad until you realize that today was a Friday. We had to be at school at 1:15. Oops. So then we rushed to school. Waking up late ruined my plan. Let me tell you that, okay? I was supposed to finish my paper and do my poli-sci stuff, but obviously that didn't happen, so that was no bueno. Then, when we got to school, someone was in our spot. Some old lady waiting to pick up her kid. Then my friend wanted me to drive her and her sister home, so on the way to do that, I almost ran over someone. Oops, times 2. So I got home, did my paper, and now I still have a ton to do and little time to do it.
I am gonna beep out my swear words. I typically try not to swear in my videos, even though in real life I swear like a sailor. A journal entry I'm not gonna read, but I titled it Random Depressing and it literally starts with, if I disappeared. Yep, that's all you're getting. Reading back these journals, I'm just like, dude, am I actually okay? This journal entry, I skimmed it. I hate this already. June 18th, 2015.
I really thought I was going to be okay with it. I really did. But when it really happened, I don't know, it pissed me off. Like, you always think it's gonna happen, but you never really think it's going to happen. Okay, maybe I should say what I'm talking about. I got a B in chemistry. LOL. Yeah, I'm a bit dramatic, but hey, sue me.
Oh my god, that literally, if that doesn't tell you what kind of student and person I was in high school and middle school, I don't know what does. Girl, it's not that dramatic, it's not that serious, it's literally a B, and I could not tell you anything I learned in that class, nor can I tell you how that class has helped me in my life. I was one for the theatrics, I was one for the dramatic. And then a potential journal prompt on July 23rd, 2015. I wrote a journal about how would you define yourself without your name, or giving a physical description of yourself or your obvious personality traits. That's a journal prompt if you want to answer it. I'm not sharing my answer with mine because in 2015 you probably don't want to know what I said about myself. Okay, onward we go. And that is a wrap on this journal. This journal, honestly, for my first journal, pretty thick. It took me a little over a year to finish it. This was from June 2014 to August 2015. I really like how it was lined, and this is my first journal ever, so it's always going to be near and dear to my heart. And when I say first journal ever, I mean, like, yes, I had a diary because obviously I was a kid. That's what kids did. Moving on to this little number. This one, it took me a little more than half the year, from September 2015 to May 2016. It's very small. It has lines. Honestly, this was like your very stereotypical journal. The lines were kind of big, in my opinion. I like college rule paper, not wide ruled. I don't remember where I got this journal, quite honestly. I think I might have just like bought it on Amazon or something. This journal is sentimental to me for a couple of reasons. On December 17th, I brought this journal to my first ever cafe experience alone. I started this journal.
So right now I'm on a lunch date with myself. A+ for independence, right? LOL.
And then I went into like whatever I was doing. February 6th, 2016.
I honestly don't know why I'm journaling, but I want/feel the urge to write something. I also feel in a very lavender mood today.
I wrote in lavender, which is why I'm pretty sure I feel like a lavender mood. I feel the lavender haze creeping up on me. Imagine if I wrote that in my journal. It'd be kind of wild. I didn't. Then I spent a lot of the journal entry writing about the word serendipity. So like I said, journal prompt, yeah, you could write is like, if you have a word that you like, what is it? Why do you like it? Kind of referring to my memory police review in my last video. I said I was terrified of forgetting things, and it rings true. Even in 2015, when I didn't have very much to forget, I was scared I wouldn't remember how my childhood room was laid out, so I drew a little picture of it. February 7th, 2016, I wrote,
I want to do this before I forget my old room.
Because I had a couple different layouts of my childhood room, I wanted to remember it because I was worried that I would forget it. If that doesn't tell you literally how terrified I was about just forgetting things, I don't know what will. Because I literally was still living in that childhood room when I wrote this. How would I forget? This really just dropped everything that I just said altogether. April 23rd, 2016.
I am a very sentimental person and very nostalgic. It scares the out of me that one day I may not be able to remember the layout of my room, to memories that will always make me smile, to the random cringy moments in my life.
That's this journal. Honestly, a lot of my journal entries are just like me talking about my life. Especially at that point, a lot of my life was like school and grades, and I don't want to relive that, nor do I want to bring you back to the time that you're thinking about those things as well, if you ever did. You know, some people don't. I wish I were the type to not have to worry about my grades all the time. Clearly, I was not that. Next one is June 2016 to August 2018. This took me 2 years to finish. If you're wondering, no, I don't work for this company. I got a lot of free things in college, especially free journals, because I'm too cheap to buy my own. I use other companies' free journals. You'll see that as a trend throughout this video. I have a little couple post-it notes from the cousin. I'll read one for you. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing. You got a lot of chocolate, like everywhere. Those cacao nibs can't be that great. I hope I wasn't too loud while sleeping. This was like, I think my freshman year in college when she wrote this. Genuinely, in college, I did have chocolate everywhere. I had like chocolate covered cacao nibs from Trader Joe's. They don't have those anymore, or I haven't seen them. I missed them. I forgot they existed until I read this a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, dang, I miss her. I want her back in my life. I had like chocolate bars laying around. I love chocolate. That's why she said I have chocolate everywhere, because it was a true statement. I did have chocolate everywhere. September 3rd, 2016.
Holy it's September. It's September of my freshman year in college. Oh my. The last time I journaled was exactly a month ago. Well, I'm moving out soon, in like 20 days, and I'm excited and scared.
Big moments in my life. September 21st, 2016.
So guess what? I'm moving out tomorrow. I'm pretty excited / nervous / every emotion all at once. And my heart is racing. That could be because of all the coffee I drank courtesy of my brother. But that could be because of what's going to happen tomorrow. Honestly, I'm scared. But oh my. I can literally feel my heart beating in my chest. I'm feeling all the feels right now.
Reading my entries back when I was just starting college, it's really funny. It really just like brings me back to all the emotions I was feeling when I was moving out, like my first time living alone and going to a new school and not knowing many people there. October 27th, 2016.
So I'm super surprised I haven't journaled. Oh well, no I'm not. College is hard.
And then I also had like a little list of books to read. I'm gonna go through them and see which books I've read. The Diary of the Oxygen Thief, have not read. Just Friends, have not read. Life as We Knew It, have not read. 13 Little Blue Envelopes, have not read. Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, have not read. To All the Boys I Loved Before, and P.S. I Still Love You. Read both of those. Next one, Huck Everlasting, nope. Perfect Chemistry, nope. Sloppy First, nope. 1984. If you watched my last video, you also know that has not been read by me, even though it was assigned reading. May 22nd, 2017.
Inadequate. That's how I feel right now. Just completely inadequate. Everything that I've tried to do this year has not worked. And as I write this, billions of things that didn't end up working out is rushing through my mind. That's not what I want to focus on. I want my failures to motivate me. Everything happens for a reason. I want to feel better about myself and what I'm doing. Let's go through the things that I have done this year.
I wanted to share that one because it kind of gives you a glimpse into how I have started to like reframe the things that I've successfully or unsuccessfully completed. Gives us a good little glimpse of like, okay, I've tried things, I failed at things, but here's how we're going to either reframe it or focus on the positive things. I made a list on July 29th, 2018 of places I wanted to travel, and honestly I think it would be kind of fun to take this list again and kind of cross off the places that I've been since I wrote it. And maybe we'll do that later. not right now. This video is getting pretty long, so I'm probably gonna have to split it up into different parts. I hope this is interesting for you. If not, you'll get some entertainment from a chronically stressed little girl. You wanna hear a funny story? I still remember this day, November 20th, 2017.
Let's talk about my day. It was quite amusing. So on my walk to class, I was like, you know, I like my hair. If people were to compliment me on one thing, it'd probably be my hair.
I wasn't self-centered at all.
And then my professor, savage yet hilarious professor, was talking about bad teammates. And he was like,
what if this person said something bad about Care? Like, that her hair was greasy. And I was like,
excuse me? Is my hair actually greasy? What the f? And then he continued to say,
oh yeah, it's so greasy that you could go ice skating on it.
And I was like, excuse me? Which was kind of funny yet kind of offensive.
And that is the one time I got absolutely lit on fire by my professor for no reason. He didn't have to go so hard, but he really said, your hair is so greasy that we could go ice skating on it. When I thought I was having a good hair day, at least I had hair. Man was bald. And almost 7 years later, I came up with a diss. Bam! That was honestly a classic day. This professor is also the professor who grabbed one of my friend's face and was like, you have to work on your eye contact. I took Igor and Ramsey, like, what are you, an idiot sandwich meme? And I replaced it with the professor's face and her face. Peak humor right there. July 20th, 2018.
Damn, it's been a minute since I last journaled, but I don't know. I feel like this will be a summer you'll remember for a lifetime. Also, this has been the first time I've been alone since I got to Italy. Oh wait, did I forget to mention? I'm in Italy. We are based off of Rome.
That doesn't even make sense.
And I'm currently living my best life and sitting on a windowsill in Naples journaling. Like, how cool is that? Like, first, always want to sit on a windowsill and reflect. But second, Naples? How freaking crazy. And tomorrow we're going to Sorrento, Amalfi Coast, and other places. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm actually here, doing all the things I want to. Like, this is crazy. What stars had to align for me to end up here? You know? This has been crazy fun. Rome is so cool with all the history and architecture.
And then I go into like this ramble about how much I love Rome. Rome will always have a place near and dear to my heart. I actually considered going back there for my solo trip this year, but I was like, no, Portugal is safer. I haven't been there, so we're going to Portugal instead. I'm gonna be writing the exact same words that I did in that journal about Portugal. What stars had to align for me to be here? August 18th, 2018.
Hello. So I'm currently in Corfu on a layover without internet for, I don't know, the next 3 hours. I really don't know where I am, and that is a-okay. I know where I'm going. This is going to be a great time to catch up on my journaling because I have nothing better to do. So here we go. Back to Rome. So something I forgot to mention that happened in Florence was I bargained. I was buying a journal and the guy was like 18 euro. And I was like, LOL, no f***ing way, bro. 12 euro. And he was like 15 euro. And I was like, dude, no, 12 euro. And started walking away and gave it to me for 12 euro. Your girl out here making moves. 30% off, baby. As you can tell, I'm very proud.
As a review for this journal, because it was free, I have very little complaints. It had a bookmark. It had the little stretchy elastic. I actually like how narrow the lines were. Pages were kind of thin. Very average journal. This is easily my favorite journal so far. Not because of the content in it, but because I got it in Rome. As you heard from my last journal, I bartered for it. It's a leather bound, and it was the first journal that I've written in that didn't have lines. I bought this in Florence on August 4th, 2018. September 1st, 2018.
Wow, I can't believe I'm really starting to write in the journal that I bought in Florence/Firenze. Like, just a month ago, I was abroad in Rome. I can tell you right now, this journal is gonna be hella messy and not right because there are no lines. Let's see how it goes. I feel like it's more sophisticated and organic if there aren't lines because then there's no structure. Wow, this is so weird. I don't know what else to write about in a new journal.
And then I wrote on September 2nd, 2018, I wrote that
this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like this journal is a writer's journal. I can see a writer writing their story in a journal like this.
And then I wrote a very bad story that I will not be reading to you. This journal started my appreciation for not having lines in a journal. Before, I always would like lines because I just wanted to look structured and organized, but not having lines in this, I was like, I kind of like it. Who needs structure all the time anyway? I had a little doodle page that I'm just gonna flash and not show you guys. I realize now that I'm halfway through my journals that I have really only bookmarked relatively sad entries. I know I have happy entries in here. Didn't write about a lot of them. April 28th, 2019.
This week has been a real doozy for me. Like 2 emotional breakdowns and prepping for school. Wowee, I got 2 middies this upcoming week, so yay. Not ready for either, but it's fine. We'll make it through. Let's talk about it.
So then I did talk about it. We are not going to talk about it, but we talked about it. Another journal prompt that you could do is a letter to your past self or a letter to your future self, which is exactly what I did on May 17th, 2019, July 21st, 2019.
I was cleaning my desk today, and wow, who hurt me? Why am I so sad, boy?
Yep, that's my life, questioning who hurt me, and the answer is myself. I hurt myself. August 13th, 2019.
This is my 3rd journal entry of the day, and that's how you know I'm really going through it. Not the point of the journal, though.
And I wrote an entry about the song Save Me by Noah Kahan, which if you haven't listened, great song, great man, same person who wrote Stick Season, one of his older songs. And along with writing letters to your future and or past self, you can write letters to people who have personally hurt you, or on the opposite side of that, means means a lot to you. It doesn't mean that you have to send it to them, but you can do the writing. I personally had the most dramatic year so far of my life in 2019. And so to get some feelings out, I wrote a letter to the person who I literally was like, you caused all of this drama in my life for what? And if she's watching this video, you're never gonna see that letter. And maybe I'll get into the story one day. Maybe it'll be like a fun little story time, how my junior year of college was like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's theme song. And I will tell y'all what happened from my point of view, and then you won't ever hear her point of view because I don't know what she's up to right now. I hope she's okay. I really don't care, but I wish her all the best. Let me know if you want to hear my point of view of the most dramatic thing that happened to me in college. September 28th, 2019.
My first week of college is over. Crazy. I really don't know what I'm doing. I know I'm avoiding applying to jobs because I'm scared and insecure. And at this rate, I might as well just not apply to any. It just stresses me out thinking about it. But I gotta shoot my shot. I really don't know what I'm doing.
The next thing I wrote about was trying to build my independence, especially in social settings. And I can tell you, I didn't really do a whole lot of that. On October 10th, 2019, I had an informational interview with some person who worked at a company that I was interested in working at. And to quote my journal,
And he said something that really stuck out to me. And he said, you're going to face a lot of rejection, but don't let it get you down. You'll find something you love. It's not the end of the world. I followed that up with, even though my friends have been telling me that, different when it's a complete stranger. LOL.
I wanted to put that in there because if you're going through a hard time or if you're facing some challenges, you'll get through it. Just keep on keeping on. And that's how cheesy cliche I am. October 26th, 2019.
I'm not 100% sure what's been happening, but recently I've been in a good mood.
When I start questioning why I'm happy. November 25th, 2019.
4 years almost gone. 4 of the best and worst times of my life. A time period where I grew the most I have in my life, both professionally and personally. Professionally, I found out what I wanted to do for a job that wasn't pre-med. I also learned what I liked and disliked about my job. I learned how to improve my public speaking skills. I learned so much about the business world and professionalism. Crazy how life works. Started off straight pre-med and wanting to go into pediatrics, and now I'm going to be a corporate slave. I remember being so insecure about my decision to switch from pre-med to business, but looking back at it, I have no regrets. I've gotten such cool opportunities in the past 4 years that I wouldn't have gotten if I were pre-med. I was also able to enjoy my college experience so much more. Like all the cool things I did in the past 4 years wouldn't have happened if I were pre-med. Quick recap. Coolest thing, Thailand. Only could have happened if I were business. Rome could have happened pre-med, but less likely. Going to Boston, California, meeting my friends, so many things. All because I was in business. Like my level of confidence in networking situations have increased.
Basically just started talking about just how much I've grown in the past 4 years and how despite freshman year of college, me being just like stressed and perpetually questioning what I was doing with my life and whether I was making a decision, my senior year self was like, girl, take a Xanny, you're fine. Like you've made the right decision, you've gotten such cool opportunities. I just want to reiterate that if you're also going through like, I don't know what to do with my life, or I am debating between a couple of things and I don't know which path to take, just choose one. As dumb as that sounds, just like no matter what choice you make, you'll make the most of it. February 18th, 2020.
My journaling is becoming few and far between. There's not really a good reason why, since I haven't been abnormally busy. I've come to terms with graduating. Kinda crazy, right? Jeez. Another chapter of my life closed, over, fine. But another chapter begins.
March 2nd, but I wrote March 2th. 2020.
Okay, like seriously, only 2 weeks left. Like in 2 weeks, this time, I'll be done with all things undergrad. That's absolutely bonkers. What am I gonna do with my life? I've been on a health kick recently. By health kick, I mean, I really just mentally am motivated, but physically, I just ate a fourth of a cake today. Let's see what happens post-grad, shall we? Moreover, so the freaking coronavirus / COVID-19 is really out here. Everyone be stressing out here when I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to go to Europe for my graduation trip. Why you gotta do me like this? Like, do I cancel Europe? Do I go regardless?
Crazy how we were like, yeah, COVID's only gonna be for a couple of weeks. Good luck, have fun. Here we are, 3 years later. Now we're basically back into like normal-ish times. July 31st, 2020.
I posed a question to a cousin yesterday, and she, like always, ignored me. So I figured I would ponder it myself. Who needs other people when you can talk to yourself enough for a psychiatrist to question your sanity? Anyway, the question was, do I think I'm going to marry someone I already know or someone I haven't met yet?
I'm not answering that question. I don't know. Feel free to answer that one in your journal. Or if you're already married, congrats. Some of us aren't. Some of us want to be and are not. Wow, this video is just like, I don't even know if I'm gonna put this on the internet. I don't know if I can. So this journal, one of my favorites, great one. It's been almost an hour, so I'm gonna stop here. I've gone through 4 journals and I have 4 left. I will do a part 2 unless no one actually likes this video, then I will not be doing a part 2. Or I will be doing a part 2 anyway. I don't care what other people like. I'm doing this for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining to you. You got a nice tour of my conscious mind. This video was so random. So random. Airing on Disney Channel at 6/8 Central. I don't know why I'm like this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was entertaining to you in some sort of way. I hope that you maybe gotten some journal prompts out of it or just pure entertainment entertainment because honestly, if you watch this for the journal prompts, those were few and far between. I will be doing part 2 some time in the future. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see, any questions you have about my sanity. If you're a therapist and you want to see me as a client, my DMs are open because clearly I need therapy. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already and you want to after watching this whole video about a questionably stable human. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.